Hey everyone, Danielle here. I'm doing an unboxing of a new glass dip pen and also a notebook that I decided to buy for note-taking. So we'll start with the pen, and let's see. It's really nicely wrapped. As you can see, it's like taped on all four edges, and I hate to just like rip it apart, but I might. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, I might just get my knife and slice it open. But in case you didn't know, I had a previous hobby from gaming, which I didn't ever really create content for in the past. And I thought, why not just create a quick video of this? Alright. And then I guess we'll just slide this out. Nice. So, I was gonna read the product name, but it's all in I assume it's Japanese. Not too good, maybe screen. But yes, this is the Teranishi. It says guitar since 1916. And this is basically a glass nib fountain pen. And it has a cover, which was the selling point for me because I previously had a glass pen that had dropped, and it was basically just shattered everywhere. But if I have this and it ends up falling, there won't be any shattering. And this is not glass. It's feels like plastic. It's really pretty. I really like the colors on this. And maybe if the colors might come out more if I just dim it there. And then this cap also just goes on the end of it, so it's like a longer pen, might be more comfortable for larger hands. And you do want to try to keep the nib, which is this part of the pen, clean, especially as you use different inks. And then I do have here a notebook. So I always prefer spiral bound because it's easier to write on each side of the page, and also of course for when you're laying it down, it doesn't take up as much space if you're just focusing on one side of the page. And I like these because it has the lines and also has kind of like sections to it, so if you needed to separate the notes, you can. It has a section for date and a number depending on kind of what notes you might be taking, and a big section for title or any other maybe categories you might want for your notes. But yeah, I really like this. These are fountain pen ink friendly, and also they have perforated pages as well, so you could easily rip them out if needed. And this is like a soft kind of book, so it's very portable and it's not too heavy. And this is the Mnemosyne, that's how you say it, and this is the A5 size. So I did want to test out this pen, and I do have another notebook that I'll be testing it out with here, which is also, I believe, fountain pen ink friendly. I have used fountain pens with it before. This is a leather traveler's notebook, so I had this bound. I got this from Chic Sparrow. They make it handmade and everything, so it's very nice, and there's a pen loop, and you could fit multiple notebooks on the bounds here, so that's pretty neat as well. Alright, so I have my notebook, and I have two options for ink. I have a Robert Oster signature fountain pen ink, and this color is Sydney Lavender. And then this one is also Robert Oster signature fountain pen ink, and this one is Clearwater Rain. So I think I'll just test it out with the Sydney Lavender. And I'm not sure how legible it will be on camera. I did not test it out, but we'll see how it goes. Also, I do not most people who write with fountain pens have really good handwriting and they can like do all sorts of fancy writing, but I'm not one of those people. Oddly, I do just like writing with, you know, real ink, and being able to see it on the paper is just really pretty to me. So I might just write a few words and see what happens. So I'm going to dip it in, and you could dip it as far as the nib can go. Kind of hard to see, but basically I dipped it, and now the edge of this pen is filled with ink, and I could dip it a little further. I just don't want to get the edge of the pen all inked up. Let me just grab a tissue, wipe the excess off, and then should be able to write something. Maybe I'll do happy gaming. That was not proper, but anyway, that is how this pen would work, and you just write until the ink runs out. You might need to spin it a little bit because these little sections of the nib kind of flow the ink out as you write, so you might need to turn it a little bit to get the rest of the ink. But yeah, this is just such a lovely way to write, and this paper is not really the best. The ink is definitely bleeding a little bit, so let me actually try it out on this, on the new notebook. I didn't really want to ruin the page, but I could just rip it out. That's okay. And let's get a little more ink on here. Okay. All right. So we got more ink, and I'm going to just write the same words, and maybe you'll see the difference here. So we'll write and I messed up the word gaming again, but you can see it's a little more fine versus the other one. So this paper definitely keeps the ink from smudging or bleeding into the other areas of the paper. Yeah, so that is how you use a pen like this. You might want a little small glass of water just to dip your pen in to wipe it away. The ink, especially when you switch inks. But yeah, I think if you enjoy journaling or just note-taking at home, this is definitely a fun way to take notes. All right, I think that's it. Let me know what you think of this type of video. I'm not going to do it often at all, but I did want to share my latest purchase, and it's actually been years since I got a fountain pen. All right, let me just write one more thing. Thanks for watching.